This is a book, another kind of a book which can be called a dictionary. But this book is about spelling. And as you could see, this book has a hardcover with a spine. And the spine has written on it the same writing as it is at the front of this book. And as you could see, it has aged somewhat over the years. Since I bought this book for me when my first son was about a toddler, around about 2 years, 3 years of age. Now my son is 36 years old. So therefore we have come a long way since then. If you add 3 years to 33 years, you get 36 years. That's how old is this book. This book is 33 years old. Since my son then was 3 years old. This one then is 33 years old. And it is one other kind of dictionary compared to this dictionary. They are both have had covers. As I was said yesterday, dictionaries comes in all different names, and you have to know it is a dictionary because this one doesn't say it's a dictionary. It says Chambers spelling. And this one is Collins English. Thesaurus is the name, A to Z. But I have to mention, dictionaries, like I said yesterday or sometime before, they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, colors and writings. It depends on the author who decided to publish another new form of a dictionary. And it's not necessarily that you would find exactly what you want in any dictionary. For instance, this one, thesaurus, meaning I couldn't find it in here, in this dictionary. For instance, to understand, what does it mean? Thesaurus. So therefore, if I want to find the meaning of thesaurus, I would have to find myself a larger dictionary which contain a mass produced of words that would include thesaurus. Therefore, my understanding of having to own a dictionary, each dictionary not necessarily have all you need for the knowledge you acquire for the moment you are searching for a word to spell or to know how to say it. There are original, traditional dictionaries that would spell a word and also pronounce how you could read the word to say it correctly. But if you were born in a different country than the country you end up living most of your years, or just few years, let's just say, your pronunciation, your sound of a pronunciation may not be the same as the person who was born and grown and brought up in the country where the language is described in any kind or form of a dictionary. Therefore, there is another form of learning about the words that of that country that you may end up living in or visiting. Some people, they like to learn the language before they go traveling to a certain country as a leisure. For instance, you go into Atlas for climbing the big high mountain, or let's just say you go into another country somewhere else as a backpacker traveler. You may end up in, like, say, Paris, Italia, if you're an artist. You want to go and learn about other artists of other culture, of other form of life. The best way to go, you can start in America, let's just say. You are American, you are French. Where do you go? You want to go to Italy. French also is another country where have a vast names of artists which they sell their work at Paris, they just say. So therefore, I am speaking English at this moment. They just say, I don't have a knowledge of French language and I want to go to France as an artist to sell my work in one of those galleries at Paris. Paris is a city where most people go to as a visit, it's a holiday, whatever. So though you want to know the language, you either get yourself a dictionary like this one, a small one, or you go to college, pick up a course and learn how to speak French, or get a linguaphone, which is a form of video cassette that would then teach you how to read and pronounce the words as you listen. Also, you can do it over Google if you want to go to Google, or on television as I did before with my children. BBC used to, I don't know if they do still do, have an hour or a period of time during the night where if you can't go to sleep, you tune in to BBC channel and you find if they display what it is you want to learn about. There are ways and forms of ways of how you want to teach yourself and how you choose to be taught since you are an adult. You can hire a cassette, like a DVD from a library. You pay for it though. A book you get for free, but you have to be a member of the library and you can borrow it for 3 weeks. And you take it home and you learn from the dictionary or a book, or there are books which teach the language. Or you can buy a lingua phone and keep it on your shelf. You refer to it sometimes if it has something that you missed or you didn't learn. You couldn't keep it in your head. It's too difficult to keep pronouncing in your head, to learn about it fluently. So my explanation about dictionaries today is the form of a book cover of this one I prefer because it's plastic and it's very hard plastic. Which keep the book, this dictionary book, protected. Protecting what is inside, as you can see. And this book has been a form of glued. The pages here, at the end here, where the spine is, they've been glued together. And as you can see from the edge of it here, the cover is a little bit out than the pages. So the pages don't get, for instance, if you put it that way on the surface of something, the pages, then they are safe. They're not gonna be scratched. And this plastic cover, for instance, is not easy to be damaged. Whereas for this one is different cover than this one. This one is a paper cover, hard paper cover. And if I'm to explain this to you, as you can see, it has been through, I've been using it so many times. I even moved house with some of my books, and this is one of them. And it's a little bit started to come off. But this one is 33 years old, whereas this one that I bought for my son when he was at secondary school, now my son is not yet 30 years old. So this book maybe is, say, 16 years or around that. Whereas this one is 33 years old and it's a paper cover and it started to be peeled off, as you can see from there. So it's not very strong paper cover. It's a glossy, it means it's shiny. It has a glossy on it to protect it, like. And a gloss is a form of plastic painting. You paint the outer side of a book or a canvas. As an artist, you touch the last brush to paint with a gloss, and the gloss is a form of paint to keep the water out. But it didn't protect this book very much because, you know, as you can see, it's been damaged a little bit from here and there. So the difference between a paper hardcover and the plastic hardcover is the quality. For instance, this one is more like it's more like a plastic invisible. It is there. It shines. It makes the book shines, and you can find it quickly when you're looking for it. Whereas this one also it shines. It's more like matte shine on this plastic, because the plastic on this one is rough. When you touch it, it's rough to the touch of your fingers. So this form of covering, plastic covering to this dictionary, is stronger than if it was like plain, thin plastic cover like this one. Like I said, this one is invisible plastic cover. It is there, that way it makes the book shine. But it's not matte. Matte is this one. right? So, referring to this one, with aging to this one, this I bought from a teacher, Alet, French teacher, Alet. She was teaching English in the college. And she told me that she's selling books that would be useful to her students, and I was the student, one of the students, and we bought it from our teacher because my language as English is second language to my mother language that I was brought up with. And I used to speak French, which I've learned in my homeland while I was going to school then. And then I had to buy a dictionary for my French language to translate Arabic to French or French to Arabic to go to school and write and read proper formal French like I learned from this one. This is a formal British English language. Chambers is a very formal name, so its spelling equal to understanding of Chambers. And I bought it. I can't remember how much I bought it, but it was brand new. It wasn't secondhand. Like from a library, for instance. The library, they got a new book from the publishers after the book have reached the threshold. When the book reached the threshold, a company who published the book, they give a book for free to a library, to a public who would then go to a library and borrow that particular book, like this one. If I go to the library, they may have it at the area where I'm living. They may not. So you order it. The library then would order it for you, and then you pick it up. They can even deliver to you home if you wish to. Or you can go to the library. They'll tell you the day and time. They can even phone you to remind you, to tell you, the book you ordered is arrived. Or they can email you if you have an email address. Or they can write to you. If they don't have a phone, they'll write to you. This is before the phone came on about in the general public. The library would write a letter to you. I still get letters from my library sometimes to remind me if they have something that I would be interested to me to read about. So therefore, books are very important. It doesn't matter who published the book. Like this is very highly regarded name to British culture. Chambers books, words written from Chambers concerns are very conservative. It's a proper English. So my spelling wasn't good, the same with my other peers at the college in same class. So the teacher recommended we should buy this spelling book, and which we